everyone, Mark and Joey back here on a Wednesday morning, but this topic is not timely of the day of the week. We're starting a new feature because we watch a lot of sports, as you know by the fact of what we talk about, the knowledge we have in different sports. But one of the things that we have been analyzing quite often, we sit and look at the TV and go, why is anybody there watching this game live? And we've been to a lot of different sports live. So what we're going to do is we're going to count down our top 10 live sports to go to compared to watching on TV. And where do you really want to spend your money? I mean, the money is ridiculous these days. Our Toronto Raptors that are going into the finals here against Golden State, what are you hearing? 2,000, 10,000,
60 grand for a courtside ticket.
Unbelievable. This is craziness. However, number one on our list is basketball. If you're going to go anywhere and watch a live game, basketball is the place to go.
Yeah, basketball, I mean, I think it's for a couple reasons. One, it's fast-paced, don't really have much stoppage. There's tons of points scored, too. And they just keep everything going. There's music playing while the game's going. They bring out cheerleaders every break, and they have people dancing, doing T-shirts. Also, part of it, of why we think basketball is a great live sport is I feel like it's the one sport where they generally are just so superhuman with how their size and everything.
Things they do, yeah.
And what they can do. So, basketball's our number one sport to view live. I think it's just a full-around energy situation, and you get real close to the players. It's the only sport you can be courtside. Now, affording those courtside tickets are another thing, but if you can, I believe...
It depends on the city. Remember when we lived in Seattle, when we went to a live game, we were like 3 rows back. It wasn't that expensive because they were leaving town anyway. But as you say, it's unbelievable how big these guys are.
Yeah.
The scoring, but not just the scoring, the type of scoring they do, the dunks, the stuff like that. It's phenomenal to see live.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
it's
just the crowd is nuts. They allow a lot more at basketball games than other sports. Like I said, they always have stuff going on. They have music playing. The players really are more entertainers than most other sports too, because they get a chance to do it so often. They score so many points and make so many baskets. It's just great. So basketball for sure is always our number one live sport. We think that's the most fun you can have if you're going to pay money.
And as you were saying there, the exciting things to do, the genius of the three-point shot. I don't know which commissioner brought it in, when it was introduced, I'm not sure exactly, but that has really made a difference in the game of basketball. The crowd goes insane when a guy makes a three-pointer. It's just so exciting. But also, if you can't afford the tickets down low, unlike most sports like baseball and hockey where the ball or the puck is so damn small, you can watch a basketball game from an elevated spot in the arena.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because the ball's huge. It's easy to follow the game compared to where the apparatus, whether it's a puck or a ball or whatever, is so small and you're trying to follow it from way up in the stands. I found that if you're way up, you can still follow a basketball game pretty easy.
Yeah, I don't think I'd pay for nosebleeds, but you can get a little bit elevated for sure.
But at least if you're there, you can at least see the game.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely, like I said, the best sport for live, just period. The ball, the players, everything's way easier. Everything's way more entertaining. Everything's way more active. They allow you to do a lot more at basketball games than a lot of other sports. So it's always been our number one go-to sport. If you're going to spend a ton of money to go live, it might as well be a basketball game. You might as well enjoy yourself. You might as well see 100 points to 100 points and have 48 minutes of action. So
and you get great entertainment around it. They know how to put on a party,
definitely,
which is fantastic. It's probably the only sport that I don't need a color man and a play-by-play man to call the game.
Although I must say, like, I watch it on TV, and when they drain a three and the announcer goes nuts and has his classic sayings and stuff like that, it does get you going. But there's nothing like the atmosphere we said, like, when we watched the Raptors play playoffs, imagine being there and hearing the chants and being there and celebrating with a bunch of people, jumping up and down. So, yeah, basketball is a great sport for that.
Yeah, and even outside of the playoffs, like I say, because of the excitement of the shots, the dunks, three-pointers, the crowds are always there unless their team's getting demolished. But even that, a real appreciation for the individual skill level that doesn't really create itself in a lot of other sports. And that's what we find basketball so fantastic to watch live. So if you got the cash and you want to go see one sport live, we recommend basketball. If you've never been there, it's an experience like you will not have in another sport.
Crazy.
It's great to watch on TV, as all sports are, but this is one that has a different kind of atmosphere. There's lots of scoring. When you're scoring 100 to 100 points or something close to that, not like most sports, 3-2, 1-0, whatever it may be, even in football where even though the score total is high, they're getting 6 to 7 points for, touchdowns. There's not that many scores in a game necessarily. But basketball is just up and down the
I
court,
also
up
think
and down the
if
court,
you have a decent,
basket after
if you
basket.
pick a decent matchup, it's tough for one team to blow out the other team. So
Yeah.
how fast you can come back in basketball. Hockey, when you're down 4-0, that's
Well, actually, great point you just made there. You know, quite often you're going to spend your hard-earned money, go to a game, and your home team is going to be getting blasted early. You know, a lot of sports is very difficult to come back from any kind of huge deficit. That's not the case in basketball. Almost every night, teams that are 15 and 17 points behind can go on a run and win a game or get back close again. So if you're a fan, you're sitting in those stands right to the end of the game because you just literally never know. We actually watched a college game last year. They scored 12 points in about 18 seconds, I think. So, you know, like, that's a great thing about basketball, too. Sometimes we've actually bought tickets and left by the second period of a hockey game or, you know, the third inning of a baseball game because it's just completely out of touch. You know, it's basketball doesn't create that because of the comeback opportunity. So anyway, number one on our list, go watch basketball live. You'll enjoy it. You'll never regret it when you're left the game. You'll be happy you were there. Lots of excitement, lots of individual skill, lots of great shots, comebacks, close games, music, dance acts. You know, the guys that are dunking the ball, you know, they got something going on. There isn't a timeout that you're sitting around wondering what to do with yourself. It's a great party. I would say NBA is a great party over and above just playing the game itself. So there you go, number one on our list. We're going to keep counting them down every day, and we hope you enjoy. We look forward to comments all the time as well.